My grandfather, Amarjeet, had open heart surgery several years ago. When he recovered, his doctors told him the usual things. Stay active and move your body. Simple advice, right? For him, it wasn't simple at all. Now, as a kinesiology student myself, it hits me even harder because I know what can happen when someone like him isn't able to stay active. My grandfather has lived in the Lower Mainland for almost 30 years. He takes his slow morning walks and only speaks Punjabi. He's quiet, gentle, and stubborn in the way seniors are, after life has taught them more lessons than any doctor ever will. He believes a cup of tea can fix anything, from sore knees, bad weather, to even my stress during exams. Yet, in a city as diverse as ours, I couldn't find an exercise program that truly fit him. I looked everywhere: community centers, websites, neighborhood listings. There was nothing he felt comfortable attending. That's what confused me. We live in a province ranked as one of the healthiest places in the world. Everywhere you look, there's someone headed to a trail, a sunrise yoga session, and there are people out there who do cold plunging for fun. Metro Vancouver is often presented as this flawless picture of wellness. But that picture doesn't include everyone, especially when language and culture keep people like my grandfather from accessing these so-called healthy spaces. The fitness programs I kept finding seemed to make the same assumption, that everyone feels comfortable in the same kind of space. You know the kind: bright gyms with English-only instructions, tight gym clothes, and what I like to call gym bro energy. Loud grunts, heavy bench presses, and the whole performance of fitness. If my grandfather ever stepped into one of these gyms, I know exactly what he'd do. He'd take one look at the workout clothes, and then he'd whisper to me, "Hargun, did they forget the rest of their outfits?" For someone like my grandfather, who has never been to a gym, these spaces weren't just uncomfortable, they were intimidating. The day I told him I couldn't find an exercise program where he'd feel welcome, he didn't get upset. He just lowered his eyes, took a slow breath, and said softly, "Then I'll just stay home." His voice cracked a little. He didn't just want to exercise. He wanted to be part of a community and not feel like he was falling behind everyone else. Most fitness spaces aren't designed for social connection. They're built around machines, not relationships. It started to seem the way we design community programs weren't built with someone like him in mind. He wasn't the problem. Maybe the system was. If my grandfather, in one of the most diverse cities in Canada, couldn't find an exercise program, what does that mean for everyone else like him? Canadian health data shows that regular physical activity lowers the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and mobility loss. In our region, 1 in 5 South Asian residents don't speak English, and less than half of them get the physical activity they need. But health isn't only physical. Belonging matters just as much. Across Canada, immigrant seniors experience higher rates of loneliness than Canadian-born seniors. In some communities, 1 in 4 seniors feel lonely. Belonging is what gives people the confidence to show up, the comfort to try something new, and the emotional safety to come back the next day. My grandfather needed people his own age, who spoke his language. Music he recognized, and a space where he didn't need to change himself just to fit in. He needed a fitness program shaped around his culture, not a one-size-fits-all approach. Equality gives everyone the same thing. Equity gives the person what they actually need. Realizing this difference changed everything. Now the next step felt obvious. If the fitness program he needed didn't exist, then I would start one. That's exactly what I did. A gathering in a park, a few dumbbells, Punjabi music blasting, aunties gossiping, uncles pretending they weren't gossiping, and me answering the most important question. Hargun, when are you getting married? I finally said it. If anyone asks me that again, we're doing 10 more bicep curls. They didn't stop. But guess what? Their arms got very big. To everyone involved, it didn't feel like a fitness class. It felt like home, which also meant no one was ever on time. That tiny gathering eventually grew into the Age Strong Wellness Society, a global nonprofit organization that offers free, culturally tailored fitness classes for hundreds of seniors every week. Our seniors tell us they feel more confident in their bodies. Many say it's the highlight of their week. Some aunties told me they stopped going to the gym because they felt judged there. In our classes, they feel free. The first time I brought my grandfather to class, he stood at the edge, arms crossed, nervous. I stood beside him, suddenly wondering if I had made a huge mistake. Was this too new? Was it just too much? But then the music came on, people laughed, someone called him over, and then he smiled. A gentle smile I hadn't seen since before his surgery. He looked around and said, "Eh mere loki ne." These are my people. This reminded me of the man who used to chase me around the backyard when I was little. I felt like I got a piece of him back. He didn't need a gym. He needed people, language, music, and moments that felt like home. Research shows that community-based, culturally tailored fitness programs work. People show up more. They stay consistent. They trust the space. Yet, we don't see enough of these here. For us, it looked like seniors squatting to Diljit Dosanjh, cheering like it was a family wedding. Except this celebration only lasted 1 hour, not 2 weeks. And it didn't require anyone to take out a loan. What worked for us can work anywhere, within Mandarin, Farsi, indigenous communities, and beyond. The answer isn't a one-size-fits-all. It's a one-size-fits-each. That's because belonging doesn't live in policy documents. It lives in everyday moments where people feel seen. When we intentionally show up for the people that are usually pushed aside, everyone benefits. Healthier seniors can ease pressure on families, and more connected communities can strengthen cities. Who in your life might feel like my grandfather once did? Present, but unseen. What is one action you can take to help them feel like they belong? Is it adapting a space? Changing the music? Slowing down your language? Or is it making room for someone instead of expecting them to find their way in? Today, my grandfather laughs louder. He jokes more. He stands taller. One day after class, he told me, "I feel alive again." For me, it started with fitness. For him, it was never about fitness. It was about belonging. His strength didn't come from some health technology or some equipment. It came from community, culture, and compassion. Belonging is a human need. Each of us, through small and simple choices, can help someone feel like they truly belong. Thank you.